Oh, don't know if it's frozen. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Good morning. Welcome to today's live yoga. I thought I'd start the video a little bit early, just so that you can, if you do have anything that resembles this, so this is a yoga strap, but a dressing gown cord is quite handy to use instead, or a belt, or even a towel. TheraBand if you've ever had physio and have one of these lying around. So I'll just give you a couple of minutes to grab one of those. It's not essential. You can do all of that just using your hands instead of the strap, but it would be quite handy this morning. So I'll just give you a few moments to grab one of those, and then if you do have any questions or comments, then let me know. You can pop them in the little chat. But yeah, I'll just give people a few minutes to join this morning. And today's focus is going to be on hips and hamstrings. So it's just going to be a really gentle 30-minute practice to focus on lengthening, stretching, and doing a little bit of strength into the hamstrings and the hips there. So just see who's joining. And we'll get a few more moments. But we will start on our backs. If you find a comfortable position on your back, then we will begin in a little bit. Let's just see who's joining. Hope you're all well and enjoyed your bank holiday Monday if you had it off. And enjoy the sunshine. Hopefully maybe you can do this outside in the sun. So we're going to start on our backs initially. So find a comfortable position. You can either lie flat, or if you do have any sensitivities in the lower back, you can have the knees bent. Maybe even bring the knees in together there, see how that feels. So take a moment to just settle in. So I'm going to sit up, but you can stay lying on your back. Hi to whoever's joining, we're just starting on your back, and if you do have a strap or a belt, that would be useful, but no worries if not. You can even use a towel if you want. So just give it another minute. People to join. We will begin. So start to focus on the breath this morning. Notice how you're feeling. Notice how the body is feeling. Allowing the back to settle into the ground. Allowing the hips to start to soften. Give the head a gentle shake from side to side. And start to bring your awareness into your breath. So still lying on your back. So if you place one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart space, and start to tune in, see the depth of the breath this morning. See if you can start to deepen the breath a little. So as you're breathing in, expanding through the belly. Hi Linda. And as you breathe out, just allowing the belly to draw back in towards the spine. See if you can allow the shoulders to soften. Even the face to soften. You might have been holding some tension around the jaw and the face. Allow the top and the bottom set of teeth to gently separate away from each other. And you can encourage this by resting the tip of the tongue at the roof of the mouth there. Notice as the breath streams across the back of the throat, so you're inhaling through the nose. Notice that sensation of the breath as you breathe across the back of the throat and down into the lungs. And then as you exhale, feel the breath Start to leave the lungs stream across the back of the throat and back out through the nose. So just lying there with this awareness in your breath, your body, noticing if you do have any particular areas of tightness within the body. And you can rest the hands back down beside you. And staying lying on your back. On your next inhale, start to hug the knees in towards the chest and have a gentle rock from side to side. See how the lower back is feeling today. And then you can turn that gentle rocking motion into some circles. So drawing a circle with the knees. So going about 5 times one way. Nice and slowly. See if you can just really slow these movements down. And really keep that awareness into your breath. Good. You'll start to gently warm up through the hip joints here as we do this. So once you've taken 5 in one direction, we'll take the circles in the opposite direction. Notice any sensations in the hips as well as the back as you do this. Good. And then keep hugging the right knee in towards you with that left leg. If you do have a sensitive back, you can place the foot down or lengthen the leg away. See how that feels. We'll just start to gently warm up into this right hip joint here. Taking some circles. Okay, nice and slowly one way. And stay focused on the breath this morning and see if you can do as much of this practice this morning with your eyes closed, so you can really just tune into your body and your breath. And take the circles in the opposite direction. Good, and then we're going to hold on to the back of that right leg, so interlace the fingers behind the thigh. As you inhale, slowly take that right leg up towards the ceiling. See if you can start to straighten the leg, flexing the toes towards the shin bone. And then as you exhale, re-bend the knee. Okay, nice and slowly in control of this movement and using your knee, as it is a hinge joint, as a hinge here. So you're inhaling to lengthen and exhale to re-bend. And see if each time you can just gently get a little bit more length into the back of that leg. Remember to flex the toes towards the shin bone at the top of the movement. Good. So then this time we're going to inhale, lift it up, flexing those toes, and use your hands as a little bit of resistance there. So pushing the leg into the hands. Try not to create tension in the shoulders as you do this. So you're just starting to gently switch on the hamstrings there, the backs of the legs. Good. We'll hold here for another couple of breaths. So allow that breath to flow freely still. And then we'll take a nice big inhale, and as you exhale, just slowly see if you can bring that leg a little closer towards the body. But still trying to keep this straight leg there. And we'll do this another couple of times. So pushing into the hands, using that as a resistance there. Gently feel the backs of the legs switching on to do this movement. Good, and then take a nice big inhale, and as you exhale, bring in that leg a little closer to the body. Not being forceful here, just allow the breath to do its thing. And then push in one more time into the hands there, using that as a little bit of resistance, but keep the shoulders relaxed. Inhale. And as you exhale, slowly stretching a little. Good. And then we'll hug that right knee back into the chest. take some circles with that hip joint, really getting that hip nice and mobile today. And then circling again in the opposite direction. Good, and then we'll swap sides, so hug the left knee in. You want to keep it even, interlace the fingers, just one finger along. You can bring that right foot down or lengthen away. See how that feels for the back. And we'll take some nice gentle circles with this left hip here. Just recheck in with the breath, recheck in with the shoulders, the head, neck and face. See if you can allow those areas to soften. Good. And then we'll take the circles in the opposite direction. And then using your breath to do this movement, we'll interlace the fingers behind the left thigh. We're going to inhale, straighten that left leg, flex the toes up towards the shin bone. Feel that length into the back of the leg there. And then as you exhale, rebend the knee. And using that knee as that hinge here. Then inhale, lift, lengthen, flex the toes up. And exhale. Good. Doing this a few more times with your own pace of your breath. So not feeling that you have to rush this movement. So inhaling to lift and lengthen. And exhale to rebend. And this time we're going to inhale, lift, lengthen, flex the toes up towards the shin bone. And then use the hands as a little bit of resistance here. You're going to push gently into the hands until you can feel a really gentle kind of engagement of the muscles in the back of the leg. Hold in that resistance there, again without letting the shoulders get too involved. Just gently waking the hamstrings up. We'll inhale. As you exhale, release that resistance and see if you can just bring there's the doorbell. Bring the leg a little closer in towards the body there. And we'll do this another couple of times. So you're pushing into the hands there. Gently feeling the back of the leg engage. Holding that engagement. And then we'll take another breath here. Inhale. As you exhale, let's see if you can get a little bit more length into the back of the leg. And again, inhale, pushing into the leg, the hands with the leg. Inhale. And as you exhale, release in there. And then hug that left knee back into the chest. And have a gentle circle through the hip there. And then we'll circle in the opposite direction. Good. And then this is where we'll use the strap, the belt, whatever you have to hand. Again, you can do this if you don't have anything. You can just use the hands again. But if you do have something, then hook the strap around the ball of the right foot. And finding that point of resistance, that first point of stretch, and we're going to hold there using that strap to gently bring the toes towards the shin there. Don't worry if your leg isn't up here, you can do all of this with just wherever you can feel the stretch, even if it's here, it's absolutely fine. Breathing into the back of this leg. So what I mean by that is use your breath every time you're exhaling. See if you can lengthen the back of the leg a little more. Remembering not to create too much tension in the shoulders to do this movement. And we're going to do what we just did, but using the hands this time with the strap. Gently find a point of resistance so that you're pulling the strap towards you, but you're feeling the legs, the backs of the legs start to engage there. I'm going to hold there for 3, 2, 1. Take a nice deep breath in, and then as you exhale, gently see if you can go to that next point of stretch without pushing beyond it. Just another couple of times. So pushing into the strap, find that point of resistance. Hold in there for 3, 2, 1. Nice deep breath in, and as you breathe out, again, find that stretch. Do this one more time, pushing into the strap. Gently waking up the backs of the legs. And nice big breath in, and as you exhale, finding that stretch. Good. So then we're going to take the strap in the right hand, whichever leg, I don't know if this is mirroring or not, the same leg, the same side of the same leg. So again, you can have that knee bent or you can straighten the leg. We're going to take that right leg, or it might be your left leg, out towards the right, the same side, until you can feel a stretch on the inside of that leg. And see if you can keep the leg as straight as you can without kind of straining there. And again, if the leg is down here, that is absolutely fine. That's what the strap is really useful for, to give yourself that little bit of support. So don't worry about what my legs are doing as such. So find that stretch on the inner thigh there. Same again, we're going to find that point of resistance. So gently feel like you're trying to bring the leg back into the middle, but you're using the strap to kind of stop you from getting to the middle. And you'll feel the muscles on the insides of the leg gently engaging there. Take a nice big breath in. And as you breathe out, slowly taking that leg back out. Good. We'll do this a couple of times. So try and bring that leg back in, using the strap as resistance. Nice deep breath in. And as you breathe out, we'll take it out to the side, finding that edge, that first point of stretch there. Good. Do this another time here with your breath. And don't forget to breathe even as you're holding that resistance. Don't hold the breath, keep breathing there. It's just as we release, you're taking that nice deep breath in, and the breath out can really help to lengthen the muscles even more there. Good, and then we'll come to the other side. So slowly bring that leg back into the middle. This is where you may need to straighten that opposite leg if it's not already, just to kind of get it out of the way. And then we're taking the strap in the opposite hand. With this hand, hook around the hip joint there, just to prevent yourself from going all the way over into a spinal twist. We want to feel this in the outside of the leg. So finding that initial point of stretch, and this can feel quite intense, this stretch, so just go gently here. It's a good one for if you are a runner. It's a really good one for runner's knee if you have that injury where your IT band just gets a little bit irritated on the side of the knee there. So it's really good for lengthening out this whole side of the leg. Breathe in here. Good. So same again, we're going to try and bring that leg gently back into the middle, but don't allow yourself to, using that strap as resistance. You'll feel a really kind of gentle engagement of the outer hip muscles there. A nice deep breath in, and then as you breathe out, going back into that stretch. Don't worry if this is confusing with the breath and then the resistance. Just stretch if this whole kind of resistance thing is confusing you. But do please write any comments if you are a bit confused, and I can help you. We'll do this one more time. So pushing into the middle, find that point of resistance where you can feel the gentle engagement of these outer hip muscles. Nice deep breath in, and then as you breathe out, coming into this stretch. Again, this is quite an intense stretch, so go gently, but it's a really good one. You don't often spend enough time kind of stretching these outer hip muscles properly. Good, and then we'll inhale slowly, come back to center, then releasing that leg, releasing both legs now, straightening them down the length of the mat, Then lying there for a moment, take the arms down beside you. Take a moment to lay in Shavasana. You should feel that that right leg is feeling a little lighter and longer. And make note of how that feels, the difference in the legs, and then we'll do the same on the other side just to even the legs out now. So taking the strap in around the ball of the left foot. Finding that initial point of stretch. And relaxing the shoulders. And breathe in here. Good. Remember to relax the face, head and neck stay quite soft here. And then we'll do that same thing again. So gently pushing into the strap. We're engaging the hamstrings there, the backs of the legs. Holding there. And a nice deep breath in. And as you breathe out, you're relaxing and then going a little deeper into this stretch. Good. Come off of the stretch a little and then push back into the strap. And relax, a nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, gently stretch. You're probably feeling this if you do a lot of walking, running, cycling. It's really good little routine for you to do. Even if you just do this once a week, this is going to really help to lengthen out the hamstrings there. Good, so resisting again, holding there. And a nice deep breath in. And as you breathe out, go into stretch. We'll do it one more time in your own time, your own pace here. Find that point of resistance. And then a nice deep breath in, and then as you breathe out, go into stretch and lengthen. Good. And then we'll take it out to the same side. So hold in the same hand, same side hand. And then taking it out towards the left. You can keep this knee bent or you can lengthen it away, see how that feels. Sometimes it's quite useful to place the opposite hand on the hip there to prevent you from swinging the hips over. Ideally you want this hip bone to face up towards the ceiling there. Good, and again, try to bring that leg into the middle, but don't let yourself by using that resistance on the strap. Feeling those inner thigh muscles start to work. Inhale. And as you exhale, slowly take it out to the side, feeling that stretch again. Do this another couple of times. So you're bringing it to the center, resisting. Nice deep breath in. And on the out breath, take it out to the side. And doing one more time to bring it into the middle. And your breath in, release, and as you breathe out, take it into that stretch. Good, then we're going to bring it back to the center, take in the strap in the right hand now. That left thumb into the hip crease. Again, just to stop yourself swinging all the way over into a spinal twist, we want to focus on the hips here. You're gently taking that leg over until you can feel that stretch. So I can feel it much sooner than on the right side there. So you'll feel this stretching through the outer hip muscles, the outer leg, the IT band, if you've heard of that one. And really go gently here because it is quite intense through the outer hip muscles. Breathe in here and then try and bring that leg back out towards the left, resisting with the strap. Nice deep breath in, and as you breathe out, we'll take it over, finding that stretch. Okay, and bring it back into the middle, find that point of resistance. Nice deep breath in, and on the out breath we'll stretch. Good. We'll take one more here. Just using your own pace of your breath. On the exhale, stretch. Good. And then we'll slowly come back to the middle, releasing the strap. Coming back to lie in Shavasana, and hopefully the legs should feel like they've evened out now. Both legs should feel quite nice and light and long. Just take a moment to let the energy settle. And then we'll hug the knees back into the chest, both knees together now. Have a gentle rock on that back. And then you've got options here. You can either bring the soles of the feet towards the ceiling and draw the knees nice and wide there. Or a gentler version, bring the soles of the feet together and hold around the ankles and have a gentle rock on that lower back there. Good. And then bring in the feet down. The soles of the feet press together and allow the knees to draw out wide. Just get a little bit more stretch into the inner thighs there. And then to get a nice big opening into the chest and the shoulders, you can take the arms into your cactus arms or goddess arms. Lying here for a moment. So every out breath you're taking, feel yourself soften and sink into the ground a little more. And using the hands, bring the outer thighs in and allow the knees to draw together and the feet are wide now. And take the arms down beside you. You'll feel this deep stretch into the hip socket now. Good. And then we'll hug both knees in towards the chest. Gently roll over to your right side. So take your time. So we've been lying down for quite a while. So slowly bringing yourself up. And then we're going to straighten the legs out in front of us. So if you're struggling, if you feel that you're here because of your hamstrings or your back, if you do have a block or anything that you can sit on or even a cushion, that helps to tilt your pelvis so that your pelvis is tilting forwards, and it helps you to then come forwards into this stretch here. We're going to inhale, lengthen through the whole spine, and then as you exhale, we're going to come down into this stretch. Again, feeling that stretch along the back of the legs. You can take a strap here if you do feel that would be helpful for you to go a little bit deeper into that stretch there and see how that feels. We'll take a few breaths here. Just allow the head to go heavy. Allow yourself to relax into this. With every out breath, again, just allow there to be a softness in the body. And we'll hold here for another few breaths, just so you can really feel yourself sinking a little bit deeper into this every time you're breathing out. And don't worry too much about the shape that you're making. You can do this with the knees bent as well. You can even prop something under the knees. It's not really about the shape that you're making as such. It's more about what you can feel, that stretch into the back of the leg and the back. And we're going to slowly inhale to lift back up. And then this time taking the legs out wide. Just as wide as is comfortable. Again, you might want to sit up on a block or a cushion here to get that tilt in the hips. Inhale here. As you exhale, slowly walk the hands forwards. You can use your elbows, forearms, hands, or even if you're here, you can use a block or just something to help to prop you up here. But until you find that point of resistance there, and breathe in there. And this is targeting adductors, inner thighs, as well as hamstrings and hips there. If you can, closing the eyes and just really focus on stretching and lengthening into the backs of the legs and the body there. Taking the effort out of any of the poses that we've done today, just allow yourself to soften now. And on your next inhale, we'll slowly lift back up. Use the hands to help bring the legs in and take the arms behind you. Have a little bit of a windscreen wiper of the legs from side to side there. Good. And then slowly come back onto your backs and take a few moments in Shavasana. So legs are lengthened away from you, arms are lengthened down beside you. Closing your eyes and just allow your body to take in that practice that we've just done. Hopefully your hips and hamstrings feel a little bit better now. Lying here, focusing on the breath. Just allowing any thoughts to come, but allow them to go. And start to become an observer of your body, your breath and your mind. So you're welcome to stay here in Shavasana, or if you do have to go, then we'll start to deepen the breath. Start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. And take a full body stretch here, so pointing the toes away from you. Inhale, lengthen the arms over the head, coming into this full body stretch. And then slowly hug the knees in towards the chest, have a gentle rock, and then rolling over to your side. And using your hand to gently push yourself up to a seated position, and taking your time here. If you can, keep your eyes closed. And taking a few steady breaths here. And inhale, bringing the palms to prayer and bringing the prayer towards your forehead. And taking a moment to find some thanks for yourself, or giving yourself this time today to practice a little bit of yoga, reconnecting to your body and breath. And thank you for practicing with me this morning, or later if you're doing this later. Lovely to have you here. Namaste. Thank you. And as always, if you do have any questions, comments, or any feedback at all, let me know. But yeah, have a lovely rest of your day. Thank you for joining me, whoever was joining in. And also enjoy later if you're doing this later on in the day. So have a lovely sunny day. Go and enjoy the sunshine, get some vitamin D. Take care. Thank you. Bye.